Hey guys, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Today we're making a chocolate cake so we can have at our New Year's meal. This is one of our family's favorite. This is actually good. I'm going to do this kind of over 2 days, and I hope I have enough memory on my phone to do it that way. If not, you may not see this video, but anyway. I am going to make the cakes today. I'm going to wrap them up and freeze them, and then pull them out tomorrow and ice the cake. So that's what we're going to do. I wasn't going to video this, but then I thought, because I've already got a video on this cake, but I probably was subpar. Of course, I'm subpar now, but anyway, we're going to get started. So we're making chocolate cake. My kids call it chocolate coffee cake because there's coffee in the icing. But join us, we're making chocolate cake. Okay guys, so I'm not I'm not prepared because I wasn't going to video this. So you're going to see me do it as I would if I was here by myself. So, excuse me. Let's get, oh, look at there. Cabinet open again. Hang on. In the kitchen, I'm in my bedroom shoes, y'all. It's just gonna be a good day cooking. So I don't know if you can see beside my refrigerator. This is why we're doing a kitchen remodel. I have no room in here. I have to stack stuff up beside my refrigerator, on top of my refrigerator. It's bad. It's bad. So let's get started on this chocolate cake. Alright, so in my dish here I have a half a cup of Crisco. And I'm going to add in there a cup of softened room temperature butter. A cup is going to be 2 sticks. I was reading the package to be sure. I was like, if it's not 2 sticks, I've been doing this all wrong all these years when it's turned out good. So, but I was right. Okay, so we're gonna put this attachment on here, and y'all, I don't really know why is it not going on. Oh, I really don't know. Like, this attachment's new to me, and I like it because it'll scrape the sides, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to start out with another one or not, but we're going in. We're just going to cream that up real good. Alright, now let me get out my cup measuring. We're going to put in 3 cups of sugar. I don't even have my flour ready yet. There's 1 cup. I'll tell you what, let me raise this up. 1 cup. 2 cups. And 3 cups. Very good. Alright, we're going to beat that just a little bit. We're going to let that go there for just a minute while we get our flour ready. We're going to come over here. You're going to see things from a different angle today. right, let me wipe out my sugar. I tell you what, let me get everything ready and I'll turn you back on. Okay guys, I think I have everything ready now. We actually use 3 cups of all-purpose flour or cake flour. I don't ever have cake flour. I don't ever use cake flour. So there's 1 cup. Get out. Two cups. Three cups. Now this cake is referred to a lot in our family. I told you they call it coffee cake because there's coffee in this icing. But we also refer to it as our $500 cake. And there's a story behind that. Let me get the cocoa in. We're going to use half a cup of cocoa. So I've got a 1/4 measuring cup here. So there's a 1/4. And a 1/2. All right. We're also going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. There we go. And now I'm just going to sift it right through here. Yes, this kind of takes a while, but it's okay. But the reason we call it $500 cake is we were at an auction one time. And they were auction. Oops, look at there. Do you see them chocolate jump out of my... and they were auctioning off cakes. And this one cake went for $500. And I was like, oh my goodness. And it's getting heavy. That's why I had to do that. So anyway, the $500 cake went. Well, it was also a auction sale. I mean, goodness, I can't even talk. I'm working on my flour. It was also a barbecue. It was a fundraiser for a church. So they did the auction. This cake went for $500. At the barbecue, you bought a barbecue plate and you got a slice of dessert. And they had a table with dessert sliced up on it. So Caroline said, Mom, I didn't get my dessert. And I said, well, go on over there and get you a dessert. Well, she comes back with, on the little plate that they had over there on the dessert tables, this cake. And it was delicious. And it was a piece of chocolate cake. And I said, oh my goodness, honey, that is so good. And Brian says, well, honey, why don't you go over there and get you a slice? So I went over there to the dessert table, and I couldn't find that cake anywhere. And I went back and I said, Caroline, where did you find that cake? I can't find that cake anywhere. And she said, you see that couple right there? I had them slice their cake for me. And it was the $500 cake. She went and asked. Sorry guys, my phone was ringing. But so she had gone and asked that couple to slice the $500 cake. And I was mortified. I went over there and I just said, I am so sorry. I said, but I just want you to know that's the most delicious cake we've ever had. Well, the people who paid $500 for it was the lady who made it. It was her husband, because he knew how good it was. And he was doing something nice for the church. But anyway, before we left that night, they sent us home with half of that cake. The next Sunday, they came in and brought me a whole cake. And then she gave me the recipe. So I sometimes refer to this as coffee chocolate cake, because that's what my kids call it. Or I refer to it most often as the $500 cake. So let's get started and finish. Well, let's not get started, but let's go ahead and keep going and finish this $500 cake. Okay guys, well we're back over here. So we're gonna do, look, I left it open again. I'm just as big a culprit as the boys are. All right, so we're gonna add in eggs now. Five eggs, one at a time. Let me get a little bowl. I'll crack them in a little bowl. That was not graceful at all. Did y'all hear the sound? Oh my goodness! Did you see that? Well, my counter's clean, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Y'all did not see that. I just cleaned and Cloroxed and rinsed my countertop before I started, so it was good and clean. I'm going to turn it up just a notch because I want to beat well between each egg. So all of y'all that say you love me because I'm real, I just proved you right. I'm as real as it gets. That would have never aired on the Food Network. Maybe on the bloopers. Anyway. Look how fluffy that is. Alright, I'm going to raise it up and just scrape down the sides. I know it has this thing, but I want to just be sure. I don't want to use that though. Let's use this one. I want to be sure it's getting down in the bottom. Just want to be sure the bottom is all stirred up. That paddle works great for the sides. Oh my goodness. It's probably going to be the best chocolate cake I've ever made because it just looks so fluffy. Yum. Alright, so now we're going to start in with our flour and our milk. I also have a cup of milk here, and we're going to alternate between the two. Now y'all know it doesn't matter to me which one you start or end with as long as you alternate. I like ending with milk. Woo! Just because it adds that moisture to that last little bit of dry. Whoa, let's turn you down. Alright, I went in with 3 scoops. Now I'm going to add a little bit of milk. This is very close to a pound cake recipe. In fact, it probably is a pound cake recipe. So you could probably bake it up like a pound cake. There must have been some moisture in the bottom of my bowl here. I don't want to scrape that. Alright, and we're going to finish it off with the milk. And once that gets incorporated in, we'll turn it up. First, let's scrape down the sides real quick. Now I can use this one. And I'm just going to reach down in the bottom again just to be sure. Alright, now we're going to let it mix a while. Y'all, this cake is so good. Now, if you're not careful, if you don't beat the eggs in well, it can, and if you don't, like if you chinch on the milk, it can sometimes have a dry texture. So you've got to be sure you get the milk right, and you beat the eggs in well. Now at this point you don't want to beat it too terribly much because you've added the flour. And you don't want to get that gluten sticky and where it makes it tough cake. You want a light and fluffy cake. So I believe it's good and mixed. Let me just scrape this off the edge of this mixer here. My KitchenAid's going to need a big cleaning after this one. Just mix that in real quick. And we're done. We are done. If any of this dry stuff falls in there, I'll still learning how to work this thing, y'all. Where's my spatula? Did I stick it in the sink? I'm going on my fingers. I stuck my spatula in the sink, I think. That was dumb. Well, here's the other one I used. This will be a good thing to lick. And no, I'm not scared of eggs. Even with the new recall that's out there. I think it was mainly on egg whites. Or boiled eggs or something. I can't remember. But I'm not scared. If I ever get sick, I will be. But until then, I'm not. But you do what makes you comfortable. Alright. Okay. So let's get our pans ready. And guess what I have failed to do? Yes, I have failed to preheat my oven. But that's okay. I'm going to get my pans ready. Okay, so I bet y'all are thinking, is there not any flavoring in that? Yes, there is. Let's add it now. I'm glad I didn't get it in the oven before I realized my mistake. But, oh well. It calls for a teaspoon of almond. Now, to me, almond is a strong flavor, so I'm only going to add a half a teaspoon. I think almond is a really strong flavor. So I'm just going to add a half of what the recipe calls for. Because the icing has almond in it as well. And let's find some vanilla. I thought I had it out, but I don't see it. I didn't get it out. And I just used vanilla flavoring, and we're going to put a tablespoon of vanilla flavoring in my cake. I smell that almond. That almond smells so good. Now, I've already taken my paddle off. So I'm just going to mix it well with my spatula, I think. I don't want to put the I don't want to mess up another paddle. And I really don't want to beat it anymore because I want to keep it light and fluffy, and I don't want to get that flour gluten going. So, there we go. All in. Problem solved. So now I'm going to fix my pans. Okay, y'all, I got some new cake pans, and here they are. So this is the first time I'm trying them. I still have my old antique pans, and I will continue to use my old antique pans, but I wanted to try these a couple of times just to see if I liked them. So my idea was I could have one cake going when I get to making cakes, like a lot. I can have one cake going and be preparing another one and have 2 sets of pans. So that was my plan. So I'm going to use these a couple of times and just see how I like them. Alright, so I'm just going to take a scoop of batter and put in each one because I want to try to keep it equal. And then I'll come back, ouch, this thing's heavy, and do a scoop again. You know what I really like about my mixer? This bowl is so much lighter than my other one, and I can, oh look, you're missing what I'm doing. Sorry guys. I've put equal amounts in each one, or hopefully close to equal. I think this first one is probably the one who needs the most. All right. So you may be wondering why I'm going to freeze them if I'm going to ice it tomorrow, and because I hear it just makes it maybe a little bit easier to ice and to take care of. So I don't know. I don't know that to be true, but we're going to try it out. And, you know, I told you if you're not careful, this cake it can be really, really moist. If you hit it nail on, it can be really, really moist. And it is a delicious cake, even if it's a little bit dry. Excuse me. Even if it's a little bit dry, it is a delicious, delicious cake. So don't let that deter you from making it. But I think maybe freezing it might help it a little bit with the moisture. I'm also going to show you another trick I'm going to do, but I won't do that till tomorrow. So, I still haven't preheated my oven. Y'all, what's wrong with me? Good grief. Okay. All right. I've leveled out the pans the best I can. And y'all, when I say it's a dry cake, I don't mean it's dry, like yucky dry. I mean, because it's kind of that pound cake consistency, just don't let that scare you from making it, because this cake is so good. I mean, it's never, even when I thought it was slightly dry, and I mean just slightly, everybody raves over it. So this is a cake that you want to make. You want and you need to make. So don't let me saying it's dry deter you. Because it is not dry. But I know there's been times I have maybe skimped on the Crisco. If you follow the recipe, it won't be it won't be dry, I promise. This is the loud part. I'm just dropping it a few times on my granite to get out any air bubbles and to kind of level it off where I maybe didn't get it quite so level. All right, as soon as my oven preheats, we'll stick them in, and I'll bring you back when we take them out. Okay guys, my chocolate cakes came out beautiful. I left them in there about 25 to 30 minutes. Probably left them in a tad bit too long, but that's okay. Because it was just the top that got a little crusty, and so I can just slice that off. And it may be fine. So I always worry. Usually it always turns out perfect, and I always worry. But anyway, I've got them all wrapped up in parchment and saran wrap. I'm going to go stick them in the porch freezer, pull them out in the morning, and we'll ice them up and get them all ready. So I'm going to go ahead and post this video so I can get it posted. You'll watch chocolate cake icing part 2, or chocolate cake part 2 for the icing. And that I'll do tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and get the chocolate cake part on, and we'll make the icing tomorrow. It'll be a 2-part video. So, y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching The Farm and Pastor's Wife. And remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.